And so if you're a parent like me who wants to heal so that way they can stop teaching this generational bondage, and you want to heal certain things, know that your children need to see you healing. Fighter Jett family, this is April Jett, the bondage breaker, your soul transformation facilitator. And today, y'all, let me go ahead and drop this on you right here, right now. Okay, so today I am sharing a download that I just received, and it's particularly going towards parents or parents to be. Okay, it's about spiritual growth and your spiritual journey and how that affects your children. I do speak on generational bondage, generational curses. Okay, and so this video is okay. It's not put together, so this is going to be more like I'm just going to share with you the overflow of my heart. Okay, and let me just start here. So I don't even know where to start. All I can do is start with myself. So I have children, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. You could probably see them up there, Aiden and Ava. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, right? And as an individual who is really taking on this spiritual journey stuff, I'm taking it on seriously. I'm really, truly doing this. I am truly growing and learning and doing shadow work and, spending time in just figuring out what is holding me back, what is the bondage that's keeping me from having and being and doing and experiencing and living the way that I want to live. What is the barrier to my happiness? And so being on that type of journey, and truly letting that be your life. When you have children, you are hyper aware of how your bondage, your traumas influence your parenting. You're hyper aware of that. And so for myself, being hyper aware of that, I'm like, I got to hurry up and heal. I got to hurry up and heal this. I got to hurry up and heal that. I got to fix this. I got to fix that. I got to find out what areas in myself am I still in bondage, because you teach the bondage that you are still in. When you have children, you are teaching the bondage that you are in because you are unaware of what's keeping you bound. So whatever actions, whatever thoughts, whatever things you verbalize, like your way of being is what is teaching your children. Okay? Hope you get that. If you don't get that, let me know in the comments and I will expand in another video. But I gotta stay focused so this won't be 6 hours. All right. So, Spirit, please help me to deliver this message to my soul family. You have me here for a purpose, doing this for a purpose. So help me to easily communicate what you have placed in my soul. Help me to easily communicate that. And I declare that this video will reach the individuals that need it and that need it now. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. I release perfectionism right here in this moment. All right. So you are teaching the bondage that you are in. And when you are on a spiritual journey and you are evolving and elevating, then the more you see that, the more you recognize that. And when you have children, then when you care about your children, you don't want to teach them bondage, right? You want them to be free. You want them to live the life you've never lived. You want them to arrive at and be at the place that you're trying to go. That's what you want for your children. And well, that's what I want for my children. And with Spirit, okay, back it up. So the problem is not the bondage. The problem that I'm speaking of today is how I was rushing my spiritual growth for the sake of my children. And it makes sense why someone would do that when they care about their children, when they understand the fact that when you are unaware of your bondage, that means you're still teaching it, right? And when you are aware of your bondage, you're still going to continue to teach it until you begin to heal from it. So I'm sure you can understand and can relate to why you would want to, once you have children, why you would really want to make sure you speed up your healing process, because you don't want to watch your children be in bondage that you feel like you caused because you aren't healed. Okay? So I would rush myself on my spiritual journey. And the thing is, you really can't rush. You can't rush that. Like, you're going to grow as you grow. That's it. You're going to grow as you grow. You can speed it up by paying more attention to it, by heeding to the messages that you receive, by being diligent in showing up to the work that is being called for in order for your growth to happen. You can speed it up by those things, but you can't rush it. You can't rush it. Speeding things up and rushing things is totally different. All right, so all right. So I stated the issue. That's the issue. You're on a spiritual journey. You're growing, but you have children, and you recognize and understand that your bondage is being taught to your children, and you won't teach bondage that you have been freed from. So therefore, the goal has now become to free yourself from bondage as fast as you can, because I'm not trying to be the reason that my children are bound. I'm not trying to be the reason that my children are experiencing poverty, poor health, negative thinking, suicidal thoughts, being too proud and not humble enough to learn lessons. Like, whatever it is that you're working through and you're learning that you need to fix or work on or release in your life, you don't want to teach that to your children. All right, so solution or enlightenment. So here's the enlightenment and the encouragement. So what Spirit dropped in my spirit revealed to me is, oh gosh, this is so deep. To me, it's deep. It felt deep when I received it. Okay. While it is understandable that you want to release this bondage so you no longer teach it to your children, while that is admirable and understandable, the truth really is that your children need to see you unlearn the bondage. Your children need to see you unlearning your voluntary bondage. Now, I believe that all bondage is voluntary, because there's nothing that can actually hold us back. It is only in our thoughts. It is only in our beliefs that we are limited. And that is why it's called limiting beliefs. What beliefs do you have that limit you? Okay? Another video for another day. If you'd like me to expand more about that, just let me know in the comments. I got you. But to stay on point, to stay on focus for today. So this is, where was I at? Okay, so, dang, where was I at? Now I'm gonna have to edit the video. I was hoping I didn't have to edit it. Okay, got it. Okay, so while that is admirable, okay, and understandable that you want to, quickly do this, like heal yourself. The thing is, your children, it is necessary for their spiritual growth to see you heal. They need to see you unlearning that voluntary bondage. They need to see you healing from that generational trauma. What I said back to the wisdom was, well, I mean, I could see that, but wouldn't it be better if you were already healed by the time you had children, right? As if you could just heal everything in life, right? The journey is the continuous healing and the continuous elevation of your soul, and that never stops. But that's what I said back. Well, what about, wouldn't it be great to have children when you're already healed and healthy, right? In certain areas. And two things can be true. While that is true, yes, that would be great, because you're bringing them into an environment with a different frequency, a different vibration. You're bringing them into a parenting style that is elevated and conscious and aware. So yes, healing is always great. However, this is spirit speaking, you are leaving out the importance of the bloodline. You're leaving out the facts that things are inherited energetically through your bloodline, through your DNA, energetically. And so while it would be great to have a child placed in an environment that is, let's say, healed, while that is on paper sounds wonderful, it is not what is truly going to heal that child. You're assuming that the child is starting from a clean slate. And with this clean slate, then what the child sees is what the child now learns to become. The habits that the child now learns to develop. And while that is true, there is something else that is true as well. The example that Spirit gave me was, why is it that you can have a child who is adopted into a family who is totally different from the family they came from, but yet, in spite of this different type of environment, this different type of parenting style, different set of traumas, a different set of gifts, a different set of strengths and weaknesses, that this child was taken from their parent and put into this different environment, and yet they come out and act just like their parent. They come out and they perform in life very similar to where they came from, very similar to the home or the type of parents that they had. Now, while that's not the case in every situation, Spirit brought that to my attention to help fortify the understanding that we are underestimating and not putting into the equation the value or the strength of the inheritance of energy through your bloodline. And so you take that child and you remove them from that environment, in that situation, and those parents, but then they grow up and still act like where they came from. Why is that? It is because it is inherited through their DNA. And so the healing that's going to occur is going to happen through the unlearning, watching their parents, watching that environment be unlearned. I hope I'm making sense. Spirit, help me. I hope I'm making sense. So, rewind. So it is important that your children, because they have energetically inherited certain things from you, it is important that they watch you unlearn the trauma, unlearn the bondage. It is important that they watch you unlearn it, because they too are unlearning the same bondage. And even though you haven't seen them actually act it out necessarily, you may, depending on their age, but it's not about them acting it out and being it and you seeing, oh, they have bondage. No, they are unlearning it on a soul level, because they are witnessing the healing. And anyone that witnesses healing becomes activated in their healing. It activates a knowing in your soul of what the original disposition was. Okay, so your children who were born of you, meaning that they inherited so many different things energetically from you, that you as the mother passed down your certain types of emotional imbalances. It's a whole lot that's involved. It's not just one thing. It's a whole lot that's involved in the development of an individual as they grow up. It's a whole lot that's involved in personality. Not only do you have astrology, but then you also have the influences of the parents and the environment and their trauma. But not only do you have that, but you have the bloodline, what has been inherited over the course of years, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. What are the traits of, you have children who act like their grandma 3 grandmas ago. How is that, right? My daughter, she sucks on these 2 fingers. That's how she sucks on, I'm not putting mine in my mouth, but she sucks on these 2 middle fingers. I don't suck on that. I don't suck on that. I have a husband, so skip that. So, I don't suck the back of my hand anymore. I don't know if you can see that, but I have I have a dark spot. You really can't probably see it, but it's a dark spot right there. But I was in my mommy's tummy sucking on that. I didn't suck on a finger, right? I sucked on that. I don't think my husband sucked on any fingers. So where you get that from? You didn't see anybody sucking on those fingers. So you didn't suck on them when you were in the incubator. She was born early. Another story for another day. You didn't suck on them then, but when she got the strength up, the way she soothed herself. And I got the video of her actually putting them in her mouth for the first time that I saw. The point I'm making is, where does she get that from? Talk to my mom, and she's like, oh yeah, your older sister, who's 10 years older than me, your older sister used to suck her 2 middle fingers. Really? She used to suck her 2 middle fingers? That's where she got it from? Wow. So how is it that she picked that up? Is that a coincidence? I'll make a video about that. There's no such thing as coincidences. I'll make a video about that. Can't wait to, too. Anyway, so that is the point that Spirit was bringing up. Like, these are the things that, the conversation that was happening in my soul. Well, then what about this? And Spirit was like, well, then what about this? So basically the end result. So that is the enlightenment. Okay. So I started with the issue, went to the enlightenment, the download. And now here we are at the encouragement. Hooray! So Spirit is giving us this information, parents, on a spiritual journey. Spirit is giving us this information to encourage us. It's okay. Where you are is where you need to be. Don't worry about passing down more bondage to your children. Don't worry about the fact that you are not healed yet. Don't worry about the fact that you're still in your growing process. Don't think that you are effing your kids up because you have yet to arrive. Spirit is saying that where you are is where you are supposed to be, and your children are witnessing what they need to witness for their own spiritual journeys. And so if you're a parent like me who wants to heal so that way they can stop teaching this generational bondage, and you want to heal certain things, know that your children need to see you healing. You don't have to hurry up and rush and be healed before they get old enough to recognize. While I understand that as a parent, as a human, while I understand that, Spirit is saying it is necessary that they see you unlearning the bondage, because their soul needs to witness that, so that way they unlearn the bondage that they inherited through the bloodline energetically. Woo! Now, ain't that a message? Ain't that a message? I have goosebumps. That is so profound to me. I've never heard that before. I have heard about what the inheritance and all of that and the bloodlines, and I get that. I already understand that. But I didn't understand the value in healing in front of your children. That I was only putting value on being healed and knowing that arriving at that healed place, at that, that better place of existing, that arriving there is what would be beneficial to my child. That once I get there, then my child can benefit. And what Spirit said to me today is, no, the journey there is what is benefiting the child. Mamas and daddies, the journey there is what is benefiting your child. Their spirit needs to unlearn this same generational bondage that you're unlearning. That they're witnessing it, and it's not going nowhere. It is being integrated into their life experience. And so as they watch you heal, just like the bondage and the trauma generationally happened over the course of generations, the bondage happened over the course of generations, the releasing of that bondage is also going to happen over the course of generations. And each generation, because of what they witnessed in the unlearning through their parents or through their own personal growth, the next generation gets to witness that and then take that a step further. So don't try to be the hero and do it all, because that's not how it's designed. It's designed for you to pick up the baton, do what you can, and then pass it on. So know that it is through the journey, through the healing journey, through the growing journey of your soul, that if you have children and you're concerned about your imperfections ruining their lives, know that if you are on this journey to heal and grow, that it is that healing and growing that is healing them. It's not the destination, it is the journey. And I know you've heard that before, and this is just a whole nother way that Spirit has made that statement real. I got it out.
I actually didn't get it out, so please don't go anywhere, because it's a lot more value left in this video.
Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Fighter Jett family, for being here, for taking the time to listen to this. I know that this video is going to reach those who need it right now. God loves you. The universe is supporting you to bring a message like that to you. If you're that type of parent, you need to hear that. I needed to hear that. My husband, when I shared that with him, he was picking up the kids and I was on the phone with him. And so he kept getting interrupted. But as I was talking, he like, oh, shoot, okay. You could kind of hear the epiphanies happening. And it was just, once the kids got in the car, in the van, I said, let me just go. I'm going to just record it. Let me go make a video. Let me go make a video about it, because they're not going to interrupt. But yeah, you are loved. You are supported. You are being guided. You are being uplifted. You are being encouraged. You are being enlightened. Your mothering, your fathering, your parenting, you're doing well. You are doing well. Stop judging yourself. Stop judging yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Because the truth is, you're never going to be perfect. And so no matter how hard you try to hurry up and get perfect, it's not going to happen. And your kids still going to have some effed up stuff about them, because that's just the way that it is. And remember, it's not just about you. It's about daddy too. Or, the other parent. Are they there? Are they not there? What's going on in their generational line? You don't know. You ain't asked those questions. What happened 300 years ago with your grandma? Like, you didn't ask those questions. He don't even know the answers, right? It's a lot of that's involved. It's a lot about where the stars were aligned for them and what their purpose and their life journey is. It's more than just you. So stop carrying all the weight of my child's quality of life is completely and fully determined by how perfect I am. That is not true. That is not true. You can be an asset to your child if you continue to focus on your personal growth. And it is through that you can make the biggest positive impact and influence on your child and on the world around you. Period. The answer is always to look inside yourself. But Spirit is wanting us to get rid of that weight of carrying. We're carrying a weight that we don't have to carry, that is actually unfair to carry, and is holding us down. Free yourself. That is a form of bondage as well. Free yourself from that. It is not fully all up to you, the end result of your child. Your child came here to learn their own lessons. They're on their own journey, and you are just a part of that journey. A part of that journey. And whatever you contribute, whether it's negative or positive, whatever you contribute to that, Spirit has got their back too. That whatever happens in their life, in their lives, is going to be beneficial to them once they decide that it's going to be beneficial to them. Just like you had to do with your effed up parents and your effed up situation from the past, and your effed up boyfriends and girlfriends, and your effed up friends, and your effed up other family members, and your effed up community, and your effed up government, and your effed up neighborhood, if I said that right. Your effed up, whatever you felt like was effed up and caused you to have PTSD, and caused you to have trauma, and caused you to have to go to therapy or take medication. You are still on this journey and required to accept that what happened has happened, and it's up to you to allow what has happened to be the thing to grow your soul. That is always up to you. It can't be that situations have to be perfect in order for me to be happy, because perfection does not exist here. The perfection is in the imperfection. That's how the Creator created this particular 3D experience here on the earth, in the earth realm, is that imperfection is the perfection. And so waiting for or expecting to or striving for perfection is an illusion that is completely unavailable to you in this matrix. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to remove the illusion of perfection the way that you see perfection, and understand that the perfection is in the imperfection. And once you truly understand that, then now you can accept the imperfection of your parents, the imperfection of your spouse, of your past significant lovers, of your past people at school that treated you mean, or whatever it was that was traumatic, the person that touched you wrong, the person that took advantage of you, the person that beat you, the person that hurt you. Like, I'm not being insensitive to these things, but the truth is your power lies in your ability to bring all that back to yourself and say, how is it, can I let those things grow me? Because I've accepted that imperfection is the perfection of this environment, and it's through that I get to grow, that I get to learn. What is it that I can grow and can learn from concerning my past? Because if you can't do that, you will never experience peace. Never. Because your peace is always going to be set up in what somebody else does. If they did it right, if they apologize, if they do if the situation or the circumstances turn out the way you want the situation and circumstances to turn out, that your peace is only in that, well, then you have no peace, because you have no control over anything outside of you. That is where you give your power away. That is where you give your peace away. That's how you give it away. Is that you need something outside of you to be a certain way. You need to have control over things outside of you in order to make it where you can now feel at peace, where you can now feel happy, where you now feel loved, because they are doing or saying certain things the way that you think they should be doing it or saying it, that things are working out in the timing that you feel like it should work out. See, all of these things that we have set up for ourselves, those things, we're setting up our own bondage. We're setting up our own boundaries to peace, our own boundaries to feeling and experiencing true love, because we need people to give that to us. We need situations to give that to us. And the truth is, you can't control that. So that means if you have put your emotional stability and your happiness and your comfort in sources outside of yourself, then so it's up to them. It's up to them. Thank you, Spirit, for that last minute word. Look, y'all, I love you. Make sure to hit subscribe. If you want to stay tuned for more content like that, make sure to hit the notification bell so that way you know when I release videos. Hit like if it resonated with you. Put a baby in the comments. Yeah, put a baby in the comments. Put a baby in the comments if that resonated with you. Like, you got to let me know I'm not alone on this. That message was not just for me and my husband. Couldn't be, can't be, won't be, not. It ain't. I already know. So let me know that you received the message that was meant for you. And I think that's it. I'm going to let y'all go. It's been 30 minutes. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Mwah.